Hi soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're doing something really interesting. We're doing how they think you see them. So to do this reading we will be, one's already out. We will be picking 3 piles together. So let's see what we have. I see 2 and I see 3. So for pile number 1, we have B. For pile number 2, we have Pheonix. And for pile number 3, we have Lizard. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to. In fact, let me just separate them a little bit so you can see them individually. And that will be the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than one pile for the same person, you can do that. Or if you want to assign a different person to a different pile, you can also do that. And in any case, listen to your intuition. It will always guide you to the right readings. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. So you've chosen the B. What a beautiful card, right? So this is a coherent reading. We are going to take a look at all of your cards together and figure out exactly what they think, how they think you see them. So let's shuffle and get your other oracle card. Actually, I'm seeing this one. Let's see what that is. You have the Cave. Okay, this is quite interesting. Right. So now that we have your oracle cards, I now believe that we can take out your tarot cards and see exactly you see them. Okay. Let's shuffle a couple of times with intention here. How do they think you see them? How do they think you see them? Okay, I think we're ready. So pile 1, you have the Hermit. The 10 of Wands. Yeah. The King of Pentacles. Yes. Justice. And High Priestess. Okay. Now let's take a look at your clarification cards. I mean, getting the Cave and the Hermit is pretty significant here. Okay. So let's shuffle with intention again. How do they think you see them? So how do they think you see them, please? Okay, I'm also feeling this one. So let's see. Okay. You have the Page of Swords. Okay. You have the 4 of Wands. The Moon. Yes. The Ace of Cups. And last but not least, the Queen of Cups. Now, having the Ace of Cups in conjunction with the Queen of Cups is pretty significant. Okay. So pile number 1, what I'm seeing about the person you're inquiring about, they first and foremost think that you see them as, of course, a very hard-working person, a very active, perhaps even vibrant person. They also think that you think that they are a delight to be around, that you enjoy your time with them. They also think that you see them as pretty active. They're up to always doing their work in a steady way. They like to do it thoughtfully until the task is finally completed. They believe that you see them as an artist at heart, that they add these little creative details to whatever they're putting their effort into. They believe that through perhaps your smiles, that you think they are a joyous personality. But just like the bee, they believe that you know that if you hurt them or if you disrespect them, perhaps, that they'll sting as well. So they know that you think they're pleasant and wonderful, but that they know that you know that you can't really hurt them because they won't hesitate to sting, just like the bee. The way they think you see them is that they are quite maybe loners or introverts, or that they're usually joyous and fun to be around, but they like to go cave in to their own world and do the things that they enjoy. Perhaps they even believe that you think that they love to read, they love to educate themselves, they're intellectual beings. And you also, pile number one, from their point of view, they think that you see them as quite mysterious as well, because as fun as they are to be around, as loving as they are, you kind of feel that you're not really able to completely go in and see their character and see everything and what they're all about. They know that they keep themselves very private and don't open up pretty quickly at all. They are aware that you see them as pretty mysterious, pile number one. But at the same time here, with the Four of Wands, this seems to me like this person thinks that you might be seeing them in very high regards. So, if this is a person that you're considering as a crush, then they kind of think that you like them a lot. If this is not a crush, if this is a regular person, this person thinks that you really enjoy your time with them. Perhaps more than most people, is what I can say with the Four of Wands. It's like whenever it's time for you two to hang out, it's kind of, it has this feel of celebrating to you. More like, yay, that'll be so much fun, let's do that. So this person thinks that you are excited to meet them. This person you're inquiring about, pile number one, thinks you see them as quite a successful person. They think you see them as a person who handles a lot of responsibilities but is always up for it. That they see you being impressed, and sometimes you feel sorry for them because they tend to carry too much. But at the end of the day, you love their work ethics and integrity, and you do see them as a person who is very successful. That's what they think you see them. They believe that you see them as honest, fair people who are quite connected with their inner selves, with who they are on the inside. They took the time to think about things. They've grown spiritually. At least they know themselves very well. That's how they believe you see them. it seems here, because we have the Ace of Cups in conjunction with the Queen of Cups, it's like for some reason, pile number one, you see them grow through something and transform greatly, because from the Ace they went to the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is someone who's emotionally balanced now. So maybe you've seen them go through a lot, you've seen them mature or grow, or maybe you've heard stories of how they went through life. Maybe they didn't have it easy. So they believe you think of them as a person who's grown a lot, who's matured, and who's now very much emotionally balanced. They also believe that you see them as the sort of people who want to, in general, do things the right way. So when it comes to work, they work hard, and when it comes to their personal life, they play hard. When it comes to their interpersonal relationships, they may not have a lot of friends, but the few that are close to them, they have a lot of integrity and love and work. Love and a deep connection with them. They also feel like you see them as a democratic person, a person who wants the best for everyone, a forward thinker who does not want any sort of unfairness for any type of people. With the moon in conjunction with the Ace of Cups, I'm getting the idea here that they think you see them as pretty reserved with their emotions as well with people. Like, they are loving, of course, and kind to almost everyone. They have this pleasant demeanor to them, this friendly demeanor to them, but at the same time, they are very reserved with what they think and how they feel towards others. They keep it to themselves a lot. But at the end of the day, the way they present themselves and the way they think you see them is that they are very well spoken, that they are entertaining to listen to, and that they always have a fresh perspective to say about different things, and that you seem to be impressed listening to these different things that they have to say. Pile number one. They think you see them as responsible people, like we said, where they always choose to do what they have to do to finish it. They act in a responsible, mature way, for sure. They finish off what they need first before they think about the fun things that they want to do. So overall, you see them as a mature person, a mature, responsible person from their point of view. And they enjoy that a lot. They sense that you have an uneasy feeling about your lack of understanding them, but at the same time, you do trust them a lot. At the end of the day, you feel that they are going to do the right thing and that they are going to be honest. You're not going to see much disrespectful behavior coming from their side, or irresponsible behavior as well coming from their side. With the High Priestess here in conjunction with the Justice and the King of Pentacles, I'm getting this idea that you see them as a person who is in a strong position, maybe. A person who has leveled up in life, maybe. Now, I'm getting something really weird with the King of Pentacles divided by the High Priestess here. For some, this could be someone who's divorced from their partner. So for some of you, this person is aware that you see them as having divorced from someone. Maybe that's significant for you to know for some reason. And of course, that's just for some of you, but if I see it, I have to say it here. Or for other people, if this is a relationship, this could also be another thing. Maybe they, if this is a romantic partner, they are aware that perhaps you would like to marry them or spend your life with them, something of that sort. That's of course too specific. It's for someone in specific. And for some of you, this person thinks that they've been through a lot, and you see that they've gained so much experience from the work or the endeavors that they've been through, and that they believe you are interested in learning so much from them. Pile number 1. That's another very potent situation here as well. Now, this person thinks that you think they are, even though they don't show their emotions a lot, but they think you think that if you come near them, get into their cave, you will see so much emotions and kindness. And this is perhaps apparent in the way, in the kind way maybe that you deal with them, or maybe in how you treat them. So they have this idea that you know they are loving, and that you believe that if you come closer to them, you will see that emotional side of them. They're aware of that. So pile number 1, that was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. So you've chosen this beautiful card here. You've chosen the Pheonix. Do you see how the spirit here, reflects? It's so beautiful. So this is a coherent reading. We are going to be putting your card here, and we're going to take a look at your other oracle card and your tarot, and together we'll be able to understand exactly how they think you see them. Pile number 2. Ooh, this is falling. That was quick, right? So what's that? The healer. Wow. Yes, because I've been seeing karma here as well. So healing karma as well. We'll talk about that in a second, but do notice that these cards have the same colors, the yellows, the orange, and the blacks. Okay, let's take a note of that and take a look at your tarot cards. I think this reading is going to be very interesting. Let's shuffle with intention. So how do they think you see them, pile number 2? How do they think you see them? And I also feel this one. So how do they think you see them? Let's see. So you have the 8 of Wands. So such fiery energy here in this reading. The Queen of Cups. You could be inquiring about a Scorpio here. That could be. It doesn't have to be, of course. 2 of Cups. Eight of Swords. Seven of Swords. Yes. Let's take out your clarification cards and shuffle with intention. How do they think you see them, please? Let's go again. How do they think you see them? One last time. How do they think you see them? Pile number 2. Let's see. I think we're ready. We've shuffled this with intention. Just put it here. Right. So you have the 2 of Wands, the Lovers. Wow, you have the Lovers, the Queen of Cups, the 2 of Cups. Okay. The 3 of Cups. The Ace of Cups. Come on. Okay. And the High Priestess. So the very first thing that is apparent in your reading is that this person thinks you see them as someone who you love a lot, someone who you hold dear perhaps, or someone who you like a lot, have a lot of feelings for maybe. They think that you think you're a little bit stuck here with them. And we're going to talk about that in a little second. But let's first have a general view. They believe that the way you see them is that they are a very strong individual from your point of view, as I can see in the readings here. They think you see them as strong, that they have transformed their lives completely. Perhaps they came from totally different background or past, and they've made these changes. They brought these blessings to their lives. Yes, with all the snakes and the phoenix, they think you see them as very strong individual, a strong character. They think you see them as a person who's quick to act in general about the things, quick to act with putting people in their place, quick to act with emotions if they choose to do so. But at other times, they think you see them as not being quite clear with what they want to say. Sometimes you think they were being a little bit unclear, maybe dishonest. They're aware of that. They sometimes keep you stuck with them. They think you see them as a person who you feel calm being around them. They have this calm demeanor to them, as well as the strength that they portray. So you see them with intense emotions. They're either giving intense emotions when they choose to, or they're either intensely being reclusive and not being available when they choose to. There's a lot of them being unclear about what they want. So they think that you see them as someone who's not very clear with you all the time. They think you see them as someone who is highly spiritual or has a high sixth sense, or someone who's very intelligent and can kind of see through you sometimes. They think you see them as someone who really understands you and understands others and has a lot of experience in dealing with people and dealing with others. I do see in this specific connection that from your point of view, you kind of feel like the bond should be between the both of you, but that they're including in your circle someone else or some other people, and they're aware that you see that as a little bit uncomfortable sometimes, that they're including other energies or other people, and you're like, but don't you want to spend time with me? Something of that sort. Or should this person be included in this circle of two? It makes you wonder, and they're aware of that. It's like there are three in this connection sometimes when it should be two. That's for some of you, or maybe all of you. That's what I'm really seeing here. There are three when it really should be two sometimes. They think you see them as quite unexpected sometimes, that they can have quick actions to things that you would think in general is not worth that type of response. So they think you are sometimes oblivious to what they're going to do and how they're going to respond, and sometimes you're worried, and they can see that. Pile number 2. But if from your point of view, that's not how you see it. The way you see it, pile number 2, is that you want to be loving towards them. You want to be kind towards them. So there is more maturity in your area, pile number 2. And you're just genuinely, taking things slow with them. But they're seeing it as you being worried about what they're going to do next. I see here, pile number 2, something a little bit not right. Sometimes you approach this person with good intentions and with love, and then you find a little bit, I don't want to say an aggressive response, but a rough response, a tough response that's not in place, and you're wondering, why this response? And so you're on your tiptoes sometimes. Sometimes you get good love from them, and then other times there is this rough, tough response. Pile number 2. They are fully aware that they're doing that. They have their reasons. They maybe need to regulate the way they feel. They need to regulate their intentions. They need to heal, and just like the Pheonix here and the healer, they need to heal from a lot of things. And this is why sometimes there is this rough behavior that comes out. Also, at the same time, they think that you really enjoy it when they are calm, nice, loving, with a clear mind, that you enjoy this intimacy, this sweet connection that you have when they are on their good side. They're aware of all that, pile number 2. And I think here they're giving themselves a little way too much credit on how you view their intelligence, because I see here that there's pompousness, that you really think that they are very smart, that they are amazing. While you could think that they are smart, but not in the pompous way that I'm seeing here. It's false here. It's not that big as the way they see it. I'm not talking about their intelligence. I'm talking about how you see them in terms of their intelligence. And so although they believe they can see right through people's souls and eyes, and they think they're smart with everyone, the real person they really need to look at with intelligence is themselves. They need to recognize themselves once again. They think that you're starting to notice here a trend of whenever you're really loving and nice, they recluse and then they get used to it, or they hit back, or they do something that shocks you. So they think you're starting to see them as mistreating your kindness and your love. Pile number 2. So pile number 2, that was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. So you've chosen this beautiful lizard. I love these cards. So this is going to be a coherent reading. We're going to put your card here, and together, we're not going to be analyzing the first card. We're going to take a look at all of your cards, and together we'll be able to understand exactly how they think you see them. So let's shuffle this oracle card with intention. How do they think you see them? Let's go again. How do they think you see them? I'm feeling this one. Let's take it. Okay. So what do we have? The Judge. How interesting. How interesting. Okay. We're gonna keep that here. Okay, I get what this is. Let's take your tarot cards. And again, ask with intention. How do they think you see them? Oh, this wants to come out. How do they think you see them? Let's shuffle one more time. How do they think you see them? Wow, 6 of Wands. Okay. This person kind of thinks highly of themselves a little bit. You have the 8 of Wands. The Ace of Wands, yeah. The Star, yeah. Okay. The 3 of Wands. Okay, let's take a look at your clarification cards. And let's ask with intention. How do they think you see them? Pile number 3. Okay, so this one wants to come out. How do they think you see them? Okay, let's go one more time. How do they think you see them? Okay, so let's see. Pile number 3. You have the Page of Wands. A lot of wands in your reading. 3 of Swords. The 9 of Wands. The 7 of Pentacles. And last but not least, you have the Queen of Swords. So with the Judge archetype, let's take first things first. They think you can see things clearly. Actually, even with the Queen of Swords here, you do see that she has her, what is it, binoculars? And that she's sitting on the truth. She can see the situation she's in. And so with this person, they think you can see right through them. It's like you understand how dishonest that they could be, or how their behavior is so dishonest that they feel naked when they're around you. Pile number 3. Obviously, they believe that you think that this person is a heartbreaker. This person can do what it takes to get what they want. That they could hurt others because they could be quite selfish. But at the same time, they also, okay, let me fix that. Think that you see them as all that. So they know you can see this dishonest part in them, but they think that you see them as a star, as a dream come true. If this is a romantic connection in specific, then you see them as the person you want to be with. If this is not a romantic connection, well, then you see them as a successful person in life, someone who's gone through a lot and done a lot and is celebrated, seen as successful in their community. They really think very highly of themselves. You see them as a person who aggressively goes after what they want, goes after their instincts, or goes after the riches in life. It's like they see and want to hunt something, and they do everything to hunt that. And as they hunt, they're not really fair in their hunting, because they're persuaded by their desires, the things that they see as shining bright. They think you see them as very superficial. They believe this throughout your reading here, that you are the person who can see clearly through them. You are able to understand exactly and analyze exactly why they're doing the things that they're doing, just like a smart detective from their point of view. With the star here in conjunction with the 3 of Wands, it's like a hit and run. It's like they get the utmost thing that they want from the people they meet, their surrounding, the things that they're after. They get the initial hit and they're off. They don't look at long-term things. They know you see through that. They know that you see that they're always after what they want, and that they're gonna go. You understand. They understand that you see that they are after their temptations. And even though they always take a lot of action, quick action to get their desires, they think you also do see them when they're sneaking and taking things slow to also reach their temptation. It's like you get this person. Pile number 3. Either case, you understand very well the end result. And that's them taking what they want and leaving off. They think you see right through them in so many things, in the way they change their colors, their behavior, even their ideas sometimes. They change who they are to adapt to a certain situation or a certain group of people. They're aware, and they're so aware that they sometimes even do it openly in front of you because they know you can see right through them. They don't have to pretend with you anymore. And they know that you can see how much they can lose themselves and lose what they believe in, lose who they are, just because they're all about changing colors depending on who they are talking to and who they're dealing with. And most importantly, what they want to convince them with and get out of them. So for example, if they're dealing with conservative people, they are going to turn their colors and become very conservative in their thinking and their behavior with these people. When they are going out with people who appear as business people, who talk about business and stocks and things of that sort, this person changes colors, and not just to like normal people engage in the conversation. No, that they change who they are and they appear as something that they're not. They present themselves in a lot of times in different ways than they are to fit and get what they want. So this is why you have the judge. This person knows that you can see right through them. They know that you believe and know that they're dishonest. And it's like you're one of the very few people who can genuinely see exactly who they are and what they are doing. Pile number 3. This person thinks you see them as a person who is ready to break people's hearts, like we've discussed in the beginning. And they think you see them as a person who might have even hurt you a lot. Perhaps you've given them a lot of chances. You've had some faith in them in the beginning because of the way they change their colors. Maybe they were able to initially fool you and make you believe them, and then you got stung by them a couple of times. Pile number 3. And through these chances that you've given them, you started realizing how far they can go and what they can do just to get what they want. And they believe you see them as someone who's untrustworthy, someone who you know, if you give them any chance, they will hurt you, sting you, and just like these thorns, cut through you to get the rose that they want, to get what they want. And so they're aware that you are keeping your distance here. They're aware that you understand all of that and that you're not going to let them celebrate on your expense. Pile number 3. You understand that they are multicolored, but in real life, no, they present themselves as multicolored. They're capable of changing themselves from one color to the next to fit the atmosphere. But in real life, they're bland and not even 3D. It's like flat. Their personalities are flat. They lack depth. They lack emotions and integrity and all the important things that makes someone mature and deep. They are aware that you see yourself as much wiser than they are. They are aware that you, of course, see yourself as much more honest, and that you have much more integrity than they have. But it's like they're so focused on what they want that as much as they're not really happy that you see them this way, but they don't have time to even stop and think. If it's such a bad thing that you see them this way, because they're too busy pursuing their instinctive desires, their superficial desires, you know? They lost all meaning of what is real and important in life, and are unfortunately hunting after every shining object they see. A shining object or shining opportunity or anything of that sort. And on top of all that, because they're so much focused on superficial things, they think that the way they present themselves in this superficial way, it's all they know, makes them a star, makes them as someone who's very important, that everyone's looking after. And they're aware that you're the only person who does not see them like that. You can see right through them. And so despite all of that, all of the things that you can see, they're not aware of how bad this looks. And they still think, because they have all of these superficial things, you might, after all of that, be interested in or see them as successful. Or maybe if this is romantic, might even somehow in a delusional way, after they know exactly what you see and that you wouldn't approach, etc., 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 somehow in a delusional way, because they see themselves as all of that, you might even consider to be with them, if that's a romantic connection. If not, you still think that they are amazing one way or the other. So pile number 3, that was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!